Good day, everybody. I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on contractions. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts. Grade 4. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of contractions. All right. So our chapter is contractions. Our subject is English Language Arts. We're doing grade 4. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of contractions is pronoun verb contraction, and contractions with not. We just started. So that is going to be our lessons for today, right? So contractions. All right. So usually people don't know that the word is contractions, but yet when we write, we use contractions to shorten words, right? And we're going to find out what contractions are and also how we can basically shorten words in order to form that contraction. All right. So, a contraction, right? It is a shortened form of two words. So, it is a shortened form of two words. And when we shorten that two words, right? And then an apostrophe needs to show where one or more letters are left out. And we're going to look at that later on, or let's say today or now. And when we look at the contraction, right, in a contraction, it can be formed from a pronoun. Remember, a pronoun takes the place of a noun. So it can be formed from a pronoun as well as a verb. And if we look at a few examples, right, of contractions. For example, if you say I am, like for example, if you say I am, what is this grade 4? I am 10 years old. So I am, right? I am 10 years old. But now, if we want to form a contraction, right, then it means that we need to shorten the two words, add an apostrophe, right? And that is where we're going to keep or leave out either a one or two or more letters. And then we're going to add our apostrophe. And that is basically how we're going to form contractions using the pronoun as well as the verb. So the pronoun over here within the sentence is I. So in order to shorten this word or this words I am. So if we want to shorten I am, remember they said we form it by using a pronoun. We bring this pronoun down, so we bring it down I. We're going to leave out the A, put the apostrophe in the place of the A that we are removing, and we bring down the M. And now we say I'm. So instead of saying I am 10 years old, we can say I'm 10 years old. So I'm 10 years old, right? And we basically formed that contraction by using the two words, shortening it. Any word that we basically, any word from the, basically from the verb that we had left out, we added our apostrophe. And it doesn't mean you have to, when you leave out two words, you need to put two apostrophes. We only put one apostrophe, even though you remove maybe two words or three words. And then if we look at the next one, you have, you have. We need to shorten that word, you have. And that is why I'm saying a lot of you have used the shortened forms or the contractions, right, in your writing or even in the way you speak. But it's just that maybe you didn't know the word contraction. Also, maybe having to shorten the word was also. So if you say, for example, You is the pronoun, have is our verb, right? Yet says we can form a contraction from a pronoun and a verb. So pronoun, the pronoun stays the same. So the pronoun will stay the same. And now if we want to form our contractions, right? Like we say you, which is the pronoun, we bring it down, or we leave the word the pronoun as is. We're going to leave at the H, we're going to leave at the A. Only one apostrophe, even though two letters are being left out, and we bring down the V and the E. You have, or we can say you've. So you have is shortened for you've. And if we look at the next one, the next one says you will. And if we were to basically form that contraction, so we have you and we have will. If we want to basically form a contraction, remember we said you stays the same, the pronoun stays the same. We are going to remove the W and the I, put the apostrophe in its place, and bring down the double L. So it's like you'll. Instead of saying you will, we say you'll. You will be successful one day. You'll be successful one day, right? So now we're going to look at a few sentences, right? Where we are going to form the contraction. It says, if you are, it's this one, the first one. If you are coming to Centerville, you must visit the new playground. You are. How are we going to shorten this word you are? Keeping in mind that you, which is the pronoun, stays the same. So if you are coming to Centerville, you must visit the new playground. How are we going to shorten that word? What is the contraction of you are? And if we were to find the contraction of you are, and then we're going to say if you were, because you, which is the pronoun, stays the same. We remove the a, put the apostrophe re. So we say if you are coming to Centerville, you must visit the new playground. So your is shortened for you are. If we look at the next one, it says, it is almost time for the air show to start. It is almost time for the air show to start. We need to shorten this word. It is. How are we going to shorten that word? Keeping in mind the pronoun stays the same. So it is. If we were to shorten that word, it is, what would the word be, or how will we be able to write it? And if we were to shorten that word, it is, right? Remember, we said that the pronoun stays the same, so it will stay the same. And if we were to basically shorten the word is or is, and then we're going to leave out the I, put the apostrophe in its place, and is. So we're going to say, it's almost time for the air show to start. It's almost time for the air show to start. And that is why I was saying many of these words we use almost every day when we write, when we talk, when we're chatting, sending messages, right? We use these words. It's just that it is not given a name like contractions. And also now it is being shown how to basically make contractions or to write contractions. And then the next one says, when we have finished our dinner, may we have dessert. So when we have finished our dinner, may we have dessert. The word we have, we need to shorten that word. So we have, how are we going to shorten this word or words we have? We need to shorten that word we have. It says, when we have finished our dinner, may we have dessert. And if we want to shorten that word, remember we said that the pronoun stays the same. So the pronoun we will stay the same. Have is the verb that we are going to shorten. So we're going to remove the H and the A and put the apostrophe in their place. Add the V and the E. So now we say weave. We have, we've finished our dinner, meaning it's more than us, more than one, sorry, person. We've finished our dinner. May we have dessert, right? So that is but a few examples of contractions, how to also use contractions, and how to form contractions. All right. And now, before we even go on to A plus students, let's see. A. All right. So now we're going to A plus students.ca, and we are going to use pronoun verb contractions. All right. So we are now by A plus students.ca. Sorry, we're not there. Not yet. And we're going to use the pronoun verb contraction. And once again, we said a contraction is a shortened form of two words. And when we, for example, when we add an apostrophe, when it's being added, it shows where one or more letters are left out. And we said contractions can be formed from a pronoun as well as a as well as a verb. Sorry. All right. So now we are going to once again look at the activities and then we're going to our test. It says if I have hurt your feelings. I am sorry. So if I have hurt your feelings, I am sorry. So if I have hurt your feelings, I am sorry. All right. And now if we look at the here it also says once again before we go on to our test, it says a contraction is a shortened form of two words. An apostrophe shows where one or more letters are left out. All right, so now we're going to our test. We need to complete the sentence with the correct contraction. So it says Robbie is turning 10 and we need to shorten these two words. He is having a party at at home. So we need to say, is it option one? He's. All right. The next one says, Robbie is turning 10. Do we say, and he's option one? Or do we say, and he is option two, having a party at home? Which one is correct? It says Robbie is turning 10. And he is having a party at home. So do we say option one, he's? So do we say he's option one or he is option two? All right, yes. And if we were to choose the correct one, then yes, option one is correct, which is he's. Well done. All right, the next one says, did the weather report say that it will snow on Tuesday? So it will. Do we write it when we shorten it like option one? It'll. It's almost like saying it'll work. Or option two, it will. So did the weather report say that it is snowing on Tuesday? So do we say it will? Is it the option one or is it option two? So option one or option two? So did the weather report say that it will snow on Tuesday? Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct one, we will choose option one. It will. It'll snow on Tuesday. Yeah, so well done. Option one is correct. Well done. So the next one says they will both go to Oxford High School after finishing middle school. They will both go to Oxford High School after finishing middle school. We need to choose the word, the shortened word for they will. So they will, is it option one, they will, or option two, they'll? So option one, they will, or option two, they'll? So we will then say, instead of saying they will, if we shorten that word, then we will say they'll both go to Oxford High School after finish middle school. The next one says, oh yeah, first that one. So well done. The next one says, the mail carrier said. The mail carrier said he will deliver the package on Tuesday. And if we shorten that word, it's going to be option one, he will, or is it going to be like option two, he'll? The mail carrier said he will, or do we say he'll deliver the package on Tuesday? So the he will or he'll, which one is correct? Like which one are we choosing? Do we say it's option one, he will, or option two, he'll? All right, so we said in order to change or shorten the word he will, you'd rather say he'll deliver the package on Tuesday. All right, let's look at the next one. It says, if I have hurt your feelings, I am sorry. If I have hurt your feelings, I am sorry. So I have. Do we write I have? If we shorten I have, do we write it like option one and say I have? And if we were to choose the correct one, we can say if. Instead of saying I have, we can say if I've hurt your feelings, I am sorry. I've. All right. And if we were to shorten that word I have, and then we're going to say if I've hurt your feelings, I am sorry. I've. All right. It says now, the next one says, I or if I have hurt your feelings, I am sorry. And if we were to shorten that word by saying I have, and instead of saying constantly I have, we can just shorten that word by either saying option one, I've, or option two, I. Option one, I have, or option two, I've. And if we were to choose the one, we will say I've, and that is to shorten that word of I have. So well done. And if we were to choose, and then remember when you shorten the word, the pronoun says the same. All right. So remember, we said that when it comes to contractions, right? Contractions is words. It's like you have, all right. And if we shorten that, like, all right. Guys, we're gonna stop just there. All right. So when it comes to contractions, right, this is the end of our lesson. When it comes to contractions, remember we shorten words by using the pronoun as well as the verb, right? Whatever word you leave out, you add an apostrophe there, and that will basically then form the contraction. So this is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade fours, for joining the class. You should have a good weekend further. So till next time, goodbye.